Okay, guys. Good morning. So I'm just doing what was Tuesday's market tactics. I'm using that one for today. So yeah, make sure that you get this link. I'm gonna copy the link to this message and just chuck it in there for you guys. Live here now with trade update. Okay, everyone in this group. Boom. Okay. So let's talk Bitcoin real quick. So what I did is I created a little anchor text note that's gonna kind of live on the screen forever now. Okay, and you're always welcome to just check that out. Now, one thing that I do know is that Discord, when it live streams, at the moment it is not 1080p, it's 720p, which is the old HDTV kind of quality, not HDMI. So if you're not finding this visible, let me know, then I can increase the font. The goal is to try and keep it as small as possible, though. Still, okay. So I'll always just copy the text as well. And when I share the screen, you go live chart library, you click on it, you should then be able to read it. So you click on the image once, it's going to do this, and then you can say, open in browser. Why is there no open in browser image now? Tab there. This is very visible. Okay. So there you have it. So you can read it there as well. So if you don't see it on the feed. Okay. HODL report wise, there's a link for today. I'm going to do HODL report. Not 1 a.m., 1 p.m. Okay. So just take note of that as well. This is now also, I'm doing this just for the benefit of anybody that is new, or the few that is new, like Twiggy. I think there's a few names, Benny, and so you guys just kind of know the lay of the land of everything and where everything is in the Discord. There's a lot of channels. Try and keep things grouped in the right area, but there you go. Bitcoin's investment prediction, I did a little write-up for that as well on the basis of this link. So make sure to just go check that out if you've got access to that. Okay. Now, trading. This is why we are here. Let's start off with the weekly time frame. Keep it fresh, clean, and simple. So the weekly time frame sets investor sentiment and HODL bias. Why did I write that there? Basically, a fair and reasonable question that I received yesterday was, are we bullish or bearish? From MM. And it's easy to lose track of it. You miss one critical information piece while you're still busy with your daily your daily time frame, so your daily work duties, and then now you've got a completely different idea of everybody else's. So I'm doing that, and it's for that reason. So it will always kind of just look at that as well. Those notes will stay there on the basis so that you can just keep an eye out what the bias is for today. Now, bull run end is still sitting at 123. The way that I'm looking at this is that we're going to create strong bearish divergence, probably test around these ranges. Everything in here is bullish hunting ground. For the leverage guys, it means that we're going to take multiple positions. From the investor guys, it's simple. You buy your spot here. Okay, simple. But ultimately, the next high should be a weaker, higher high with the even stronger pivot where we'll fall below. Then we've got a range low. We'll chop around, break trend. Hope will come in, complacency will come in, we'll have a little bit of a pump. Every influencer is going to say, you ain't seen nothing yet, we're ready for more, and then it's going to be over. Okay, same copy, rinse and repeat kind of thing. So I'm not thinking we're going to look like this necessarily. It might look more like this. Okay, the way that this was on the daily would be the fractal that I would envision that this is going to be on the weekly this time around. Meaning, big move, big play out, come back, close the gap. But then yet again, another divergence gives you hope, gives you lower low. Oh shit. And then over. Okay, I don't think we're going to have another one of that because these kind of accumulations now is happening over a year periods. Slow down a lot, changed a lot. So Bitcoin changes, but the methodology behind it remains the same. Okay. And yeah, full disclosure, guys, this is a prediction. So if you're new, I'm just talking what I'm thinking. One big candle can change the way I think. So, don't take it as the law for the rest of the year. I revisit these things regularly. What I do like is we've got really high volume at the moment. There's buying happening here, okay? Or there's people selling out of fear. There's a big volume, So who would be selling? Retail. Who would be buying at the moment? Ask yourself that question because it's definitely not the public. Okay. So that is weekly sentiment for me. So the weekly bias, if we go through that, is bull, but it's building a doji candle. So the worry that I have though with the weekly is it's twofold. Okay. Let's get this back to the weekly time frame. If we stay like this, okay, it's a doji. Okay, then the rules are simple. Go above it, you bullish. Go below it, you bearish. Here, you just trade. Chop. Okay, that's the analysis there. Now, the scary thing is, you can go and check this a lot. Big moves, doji, another big move. Measured move, they normally always be balanced in size. Okay, you can go and check more of this. Big move, it's not so much so doji, but a little bit of hope, more big move, balanced in its end result. Okay, so those kind of dojis, okay, big move, doji, another big move. Those are the kind of things. Here it's going to go ballistic, so it's not going to necessarily work anymore. And then the same for any other reversal as well. When you have that big move doji, big move, doji, it's over, it's looking better, Oof. Balanced, measured move, meaning the same, those distances. Okay, so I'm looking at the daily. So the daily is giving bottom signals. I promise you there would also be bottom signals at the daily. Okay, so we're looking at the daily, and the daily is giving bottom signals. And but we've not reclaimed any realistic powerful support areas there. So measured move tells me we can go 69. Okay, there. So that is still the risk on that. So I'm bullish, but we're building a doji candle. If the weekly changes slightly and we end up with a strong flat top, maybe we can revisit that. But that is one of those things. Which means that, do I have a clear yes/no answer for are we really bullish or bearish? No. I'm leaning bull because there's still no break of trend and all sorts of that. Okay, lower lows. There's no lower lows just yet here on the weekly scale. You can see what I mean by that. Okay, there's divergence, range, low. Okay. Waiting for lower high, lower low. That kind of thing. It's not there yet. Okay. Then let's move on to the daily time frame. Now, this is the daily time frame bias. I say daily trend long, but below the daily pivot or the divergence pivot, close to resistance. Okay, which means going long there was bad. Going long where we are now is probably not so bad because this is the daily overlap. So if this is the area where we want to push through, from a daily point of view, we expect that the candles overlap each other. Okay. And normally what I do is I'll put a fib on that daily candle overlap, standard fib retracement. You can see where we're at. So that 80,800 area for the 15-minute is on the 38.2. Okay. So that's why my stop is below the 80,800 level, because I want to make sure if we wicked to that daily, that's why I moved it down. We wicked to that 38.2, 80,800 there. that we kind of still okay. Now, on the daily as well, that's now the overlap extreme. So I'm expecting us to bounce on the 38.2, hopefully, okay? Because we had a nice, good blue candle. Bounce there. Then I want to see a higher high on the daily. Yesterday, we had a higher high. So statistics tell us again, as long as your dailies make higher highs, you're okay. You can still hope for more. But once you engulf the previous day, and this instance was a little crazy, but once you engulf the previous day, your bias need to change. Okay. So large option traders and those guys, they will look at it like this and say, okay, we've made a high, I'm holding. We've made a higher high, I'm holding. We've made a higher high, I'm holding. Oh shit, maybe I need to change my mind. And then that is what's happening there. Them repositioning themselves. All that money is now getting out, playing the bullish sentiment of the public and using that to get out. And then what is the story here? Just to add it, look at that. High, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, one bump by lower high, lower high, lower. You know, that's how the supply zones start building up on themselves. So it's has to be that simple. You need to believe that we're not going to go. We made a higher high, hopefully. The divergence is there, that the bounce is going to happen there. And then we need to reclaim this, because if we can get above 84 to 50, great. Okay. And I've only got one long position. Maybe I need to quickly open another long position for that purpose. Put the TP at around, say, 86. Let me do that. Just going to buy. Not a lot. Remember, I said lower risk at the moment. I'll increase it to it, so the balance, so I can get it to 3%. So let's just see how much percent have I taken. Okay, so I can actually buy a sizable amount still. Market stop. I'm gonna move this one stop as a little lower, 80, say 600. Okay. And then that one's take profit. That's the long shot. That is for if we can get above this. So I'm going to try and get that at least 86,500. Right, so I've got two long positions. I've got the trade and I've got a low or low. Knowing that it can probably go low, but I need to. I'm leaving soon, guys. I'm just going to stick at that. Okay, so that is the argument for the daily trend. So remember the overlaps, those kind of things, they do play a role. Okay. Now taking this to the 4-hour time frame. So just to recap, the weekly is bull because we have the bigger picture, but understand that things can go lower. Now here's the 4-hour. We've had strong bullish divergence. The invalidation was there, so we had a shakeout, which was frustrating. So just to show what I mean by that, high, put your fib in, strat 1. You can see there, we had that, and it just took everybody's money and then ran. Okay. But it's still valid in the sense that this is a good bounce. So if we want to bounce, the hope is that we're going to try and stay above 80,600, meaning that the 4-hour could potentially go that low. Now, entering there and putting stop there means that it's yet again another irrelevant swing. I can't trade that. So at some stage, see there's too much risk. I can't trade that on leverage. So I have to, within that, look for within these waves setups that invalidate me within this candle. And that's what we're trying to do here. So that's why our stops, one can argue, so close to these kind of levels, but it's because of that. Okay. Because otherwise I can't leverage this. Okay. And so the 4-hour is bullish in that sense because we have gone above it. The only danger, though, is we didn't make a higher high. And if we haven't made a higher high, it means that this could potentially be this flag, a pennant, triangle, whatever the case might be. I don't know how it's going to play out. But those are realities that we're dealing with. Other than this, the fact that it stopped up, but it's still bullish, also points to this on the 4-hour. We can go and revisit any one of these upper channels. You can see where price kind of revolves around, hovers in and out. And it will still be okay for the bears that price goes and revisits because there's imbalances sitting in there. So that just supports that little bit of a bull trap that I'm trading in with. I'm trading with the bull trap. But now, yet again, you've got that daily resistance that the market's kind of, scared. People are scared to buy at 85. Okay. So hopefully that changes. All right. Then taking us back to the 15-minute. Here we are, smack dab in the middle of the buy zone at 1, 2, and 3 is hit. And I've added on 3 now. My average price, 81,322. So my entry is actually quite good. 322. Okay, there's a little bit of difference between Prime XBT and Bybit, but I'm at 322 there. So I'm actually quite nicely positioned at the moment. Stops sitting. Where's my stops? 86. You see, this is how I screw up sometimes. My stop needs to be at 80,390. Why is the new one stop is too tight? You see how quickly I can mess it up too many time frames. 3. I'm going to just then increase this one stop as well. Add 3. Otherwise, I'm just advertising. So I probably need to back down, double back to the 4 hour. 80,003. Okay. I can at least absorb that. It's okay. Okay, so there you have it. Stops are below that range. Actually, stops don't need to be 680 would be sufficient, but I'm just giving that a little bit of breathing room because of the 4-hour pivot, because of the 38.2 on the daily, and. So you've got the whole breakdown. Okay, so the 15-minute, we're in the middle though, and this is now where the Elliott wave kind of just comes in. This is 15-minute now. Because we're not trending, we're correcting. All of this is chop. Choppity chop, chop, chop. Okay. Which means TA is going to fail you there. Good setups that used to work is going to stop working here because this now means the market's going to start hunting for liquidity. So be more aggressive towards taking profit. So once we're in this range, 82, sign of something looking bad, you're out. Rather bang a lot of one runs, little one, steal one base, one run hitters, okay? Then trying to knock it out of the park each time. Because this is knock it out of the park area where everybody wants to knock it out of the park. They keep on just taking 3%, 3%, 3% to 5%. And then by the time that we're in the right area, they almost give up. They're tired of losing, tired of that mental strain that's on that. So yeah, just take note of that, guys. That is choppity chop territory. Okay. So that's it. So there you have a good idea of where we're at. What is the trading? So the trading environment is going to be harsher going forward because our original continuation of move failed. We're now moving into the beginnings of what I believe a consolidation. There's a good chance that this long could fail as well. It runs to this area, then comes right back. Just definite confirms, the choppity chop market, which means that also what needs to happen now is there's an upper end of the market resistance, and we're looking and waiting for the lower end. Preferably, I'm going to leave it there for now. A lower end of the market, which is now going to be your support. And range bound, what I mean by choppy chop as well, once you're in that 50% range, it's a bad place to be. Okay, bad place to be. So it's too soon to say that it's like that for sure, but it's definitely pointing towards it. I'm going to take the entry regardless. Okay, you don't have skin in the game, you'll never know. Okay. That's market tactics, guys. It's everything that I want to share with you guys, everything that I can share with you guys. If there was more, I would have shared more. I think everybody is sorted. See, Peter has done some admin as well on my behalf. Thank you very much, Peter. Can't do it without you. And the rest of you guys have a lovely day. For the timestampers, just as a kind reminder, guys, these guys, not that disconnect. These guys effortlessly take it upon them to kind of help you get to the right areas quicker, thanks to those when they drop it in, guys, be so kind and just throw them a thank you or something, heads up, you know. It's very kind of them to do that for you guys. Okay, that's it. Have a lovely day. Chat later. I'm going to be away for a little bit. My orders are set, and hopefully the market will give me, some good gains. On the pictures, what's Discord has the ability to zoom now. Oh yeah, so it's new that you can zoom, because normally I would just open it in the browser and then zoom. So yeah, thanks, Tian. So everything upgrades and improves over time. Have a good one, guys. Chat to you later. Cheers.